How's everybody doing? Just wanted to jump on to quickly say hello. I've had a lazy day today. I couldn't sleep well again. What else is new? And didn't really do anything today. Just hung out at the house and relaxed and watched TV. So, and that's what I'm still doing. But I've fallen asleep a couple times, like just relaxing and watching TV, which is good. Like naturally falling asleep, like tired enough, but I've only stayed asleep like an hour or two. And then I wake up having a panic attack because what's happening right now is happening in my life. So it's been tricky trying to get proper rest and all of that. And just even to be able to like relax, excuse me, as I yawn. I don't know. It's like I'm yawning. I'm relaxing enough to do that, but to get proper sleep during this time, I can't, like, my body is like, I don't know, constantly on edge, I guess. So, just thought I would jump on and say hello, see how everybody else was doing. Just like I said, I had a lazy day here, which I needed one. Like, just, you know, see if I can get some rest, and I did a little bit. So, and watched some TV, some new stuff. So that was cool. So I thought I would just say hey to you guys and see how you all are doing today, how your day has been. Hopefully well. Hopefully a good day. It was raining here like most of the day, not in the morning, but most of the day it was raining. Not pouring, but a little bit of rain. And then tomorrow, I'm not sure what it's supposed to do. I looked it up, but I forgot what it said. So, that's about it. So yeah, I just took the day to hang out, chill out. I do have some laundry to do. I have to be an adult and do that at some point. I have to go get quarters though. Ran out all my quarters. I meant to do that whatever day it was we got tacos. And I was right there. And I forgot. Oops. So, that's okay though. It's hard to, at this time anyways, probably the only time in my life that it's been actually like a struggle to just kind of talk to myself in a sense, or not even in just a sense fully what I'm doing, just because then my thoughts run away with themselves and I'm like thinking about so like to conversate sometimes. Not always, don't get me wrong. I mean, like, if I had some nature, something, if I was out and about and had something to show you guys, I would go live doing that, or, as I have. Um, but sometimes just want to chat. So it's hard to do. Like, I can chat with myself and I can talk about things on my own without having any comments, but just during this time, it's a little more than challenging, I guess you could say, to pull that off, like, to be able to do that. So, which is fine. I already knew that. I just, if this more quickly than, whatever turns into a silent light show, that would be the reason for it. I have had a couple people chat at various different times, which has been great. So, I hope, like, for the future that it gets a little more communication, if you will. We'll see. If not, obviously I've been somehow hanging in there. I guess because a large part of me doesn't really want to discuss anything because it's so upsetting. I've lost count of how many times I've been physically ill, and so it's kind of like, need to talk about it. I do talk about it in therapy every week, but it's just that balance, because it's not just like it's upsetting to the point of I've gotten physically ill a few times, so more than a few times, and it's more than upsetting, like those words. Those words are not strong enough, I don't think, or the correct ones, but it's okay. So yeah, I've just been chilling out all day. It's just been nice. I've actually been able to do so a little bit, but like I said, when I did, luckily I was able to fall asleep a couple times. Not for a large amount of times, and each time when I woke up I was having a panic attack, but I don't know. I'll take it in the sense of it's the closest I've come to getting any type of normalcy back as far as like relaxation and sleep. Like, I actually was able to just relax today. Whereas every other day I'm like, nope, gotta do something, I must distract myself, where am I going, what am I doing? And I thought about that today and I'm like, I really just feel like relaxing. And I think that's okay. Like, just can't always. Your problems are gonna come with you, your sadness, that's all gonna join you on any trip you go on or anywhere that you go to. But, going out and seeing different things, new things, or the same thing for the first time in a couple decades again, or something like that, has been cool. So, Hi, Kelly. Oh, no apologies necessary, hon. Everybody's going through something. Everybody has their own thing going on, so don't you worry. Don't you worry. Everybody has something going on, and I'm not blind or ignorant to that. Um, so I hope that what's going on with you gets better and resolves, or, um, you know, but everybody's going through something. And I've missed a lot with other people too, like in regards to what's going on with some other people, so it happens. No apologies necessary. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. I just am praying and giving it to God and hoping for the best, you know. Just praying and giving it to God fully is all I can do. Hey! Hi, beautiful, back at you. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Did you catch any of the northern lights up there? I was wondering if I missed out. Usually, like, when they say they're gonna be prominent or active, like, I'll go searching. Or I'll go somewhere to see if I can see them, but I was like, wasn't feeling it. Oddly enough. Which tells you that I'm not myself. Or whatnot, but haven't been able to see them there. It's so crazy because the way that they talk about it, it's like we should be able to, but I don't know. And the times that I've driven to go see them, the only time I saw anything was like the black and white ones, which was cool. Like there was definitely something going on in the sky. It was not your normal sky. But I want to see like the purple and green ones. But I was like, yesterday when I saw that, I was like, I could drive up, drive somewhere to try to see them, but I also am just, I don't know, in a state of, I almost don't care, even though I do. But yeah. But you would think, I've seen some people that have lived just like Fox River or Fox Lake rather, or like, like little lakes around here just on the lake, like outlet, like Chicagoland, not in Chicago, but where there's, I guess, enough room, and it's not like it's a huge lake, it's a little lake, and they've seen the northern lights like fully vibrant and everything, and I'm like, it's not even that far away. It's just, I guess, you never know where it's gonna pop up, and it just has to be the right, you have to have the right amount of space for it to show, but I'm like, surprised by some of them, because, like, that's a tiny little area, but I guess it's large enough that they were able to show, so, I'm like, Kelly, that question, I'm not gonna answer at this time. I'm not gonna answer for anyone. Um, I ask that you don't take it personal. It's just a matter of trying to keep it together on my end right now. Eventually, I will talk about it and I will answer questions, but see, I can't even say that without crying. So, no, please don't take it personally. I just can't. I can't think about that right now. Um, I mean, I will. Obviously, I shared, and I will. I feel like I'm not gonna have this happen. Um, and I honestly could not tell you how long that's gonna take. So, absolutely, it would be awesome to see. Yeah, this space. Well, I guess the conditions were, um, supposedly pretty good for them. At least the one night they were saying the conditions were really great for them, and I was always like under the impression, and as they've said, like the bigger space that you have, um, that you would be able to see them, the better. And surprisingly, like very little lakes have been able to have activity, and just like places where you wouldn't think it really has enough open space to see it has been able to see it. So I'm like, it's a little tricky trying to go to where they are, or like, drive up the day before or something and try to like catch them, because they're popping up in places I would never imagine, especially when I think about the space aspect of how much is needed and just open sky and that. But I figure at this point, if it's meant to happen, it'll happen. I'll see them. If not, I won't. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I definitely think I can say for certain that I'm not ready. I don't know what it's funny. I don't know. That's just a defense mechanism when I like chuckle after something. But yeah, I'm definitely not ready. I don't know that I'll ever be ready. You know what I mean? Like, but at some point, I'll be able to talk about it. Talk about things without having a major, you know. So, yeah. Oh no, Kelly, it's okay. You didn't upset me. It's just, you're genuinely asking. It's just, no, it's not anybody else or you or anyone else asking in a loving, genuine way what happened. That's not what's upsetting. It's just I can't think about it right now. You would think that I would have lost some weight. How many times I've thrown up, but I haven't. I guess it's because like I keep eating, because I'm like, well, my appetite's not the best, but when I do have an appetite, I eat, because I'm like, I cannot make my own self sick. So I'm just trying to stick with that as best I can. which is really hard. Like, if I eat once a day, I'm lucky. Like, and it doesn't usually happen like that, but yeah. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to distract myself from thinking about it, talking about it. I talk about it every week in therapy. Um, Not that I shouldn't talk about it more than that, but I even told my therapist, like, I'm trying to distract myself from thinking about it. I said nothing like dangerous or, anything that would be like not in any bad or unsafe ways, but I said, if I'm not like watching something on TV or with my friend, I'm like trying to do something else to like mentally distract myself. And she's fine with that. She's like, as long as it's like you said, nothing dangerous or unsafe, she's like, if you need to watch 20 movies in a row, that's fine with me. Um, so that's what I've been doing is watching movies, watching my TV show, a newer one that has a second season out on Netflix. I really like it. Yeah, this is trying to see if this is a Squishmallow, because there's one that I have that's not a Squishmallow. This is a Squishmallow. This guy, I had him, I think it was the first one I had, or second one I had. His name is rubbed off. Well, I also washed him. Um, I've had him for a while. He was on sale, though, because it was a Valentine's Day one, and I got him after Valentine's Day, so it was a steal. But interestingly enough, as I've become older, these little guys are the one things that will ensure that however I'm laying or falling asleep, my neck isn't all goofed up. And it's strange, but I'm like, well, it works. So, you know. But I have a few of them, and, not too many, but I've gotten a couple definitely at Walgreens, like, after, like, the certain occasions or whatever. I've gotten it after that, and then that way it's on sale. So, try not to sleep all the time. Kelly, I hear you. I had that as a thought in my head because I've seen, some posts and things like that, painting rocks. And I'm like, I really do kind of want to do that a little bit just for fun, like just for for funsies, but I don't have the paint to paint rocks. Well, I don't have any paint, I don't think. If I do, I might have like one strip, if you will, of watercolor that I'm not even sure how old it is. Um, but I don't know. That is something. Definitely. I haven't even gone through all the rocks that I dug up and found when I was in Minnesota, which was a lot. The ones that I dug up some huge ones. It was pretty cool. The biggest ones I dug up were by the Mississippi River. So I haven't even, like, a little bit I've gone through it, tiny bit, but not really. And I've been thinking about it, but I just am like, my motivation is like, I don't know. it's because Minnesota reminds me of my mom, and then that. So I'm like, well, they're not going anywhere, right? So. Are they at Walmart? 47 cents a piece? That's not bad. That's not too bad. Yeah, I have certain things I haven't been motivated to do. And I mean, when I think about it, I can definitely say it's because it's gonna remind me of my mom and I'm going to be a wreck. I'm gonna be emotional. I'm gonna be crying. It's just, I think about it for a second, like, oh, I never, haven't done this yet. And then I'm like, nope. Mm-mm. Mm. And it is hard to have motivation for almost anything else except for trying to distract myself and do all that kind of stuff, like go out with a friend or whatever. It's hard to have motivation for much else. I like, I don't care. Like, I do and I don't, which is weird, but I did go to another beach here in Chicago one day and scooped up a lot of rocks, and I haven't gone through those. So I might do that at some point, just for fun, if I, feel like it, if it crosses my mind, because I do have those, and those won't nearly so much remind me of my mom. Um, so, Apple Barrel brand paints. Okay. Thank you for that. I wonder if I can screenshot that, because Lord knows, if I don't write it down, I'll forget it. Oh yeah, I can. Okay. Thank you for that, because I might just do that. I have near me a place that you can get, a lot of just simple plain rocks to do that. Not buy, but rock hound, if you will. So that might be something fun. I like artistic stuff. Wanted to get into some painting stuff. I just haven't yet. Definitely would like to still do some wood burning, but all of that, well, that was something I used to do with my mom. But, like, the whole setup for that, my apartment's a little bit small. Um, just in what you would need to have, and, like, the fumes from it. But that was really fun, and I got into it, and somehow, like, kind of got pretty good at it. So, wood burning is fun. It's fun. I thought it would be, like, super challenging to learn, and it's not. I mean, it depends what you want to do, but, like, the very, like, basics and fundamentals, it's not all that hard. You just really have to watch that pen, because it gets really, really hot. No matter what kind of tip you're working with, it gets super hot. And then, you know, that's that, and just kind of like, it's sort of like a different feel in your hand than a regular, like, pen or pencil. So you just, like, it takes a minute to adjust, and then you're there, you know. I mean, you can even, like, trace something in pencil onto a piece of wood and do it that way. A lot of people do that, and then they have special erasers. You can erase the pencil off. I never did it that way, only because I was like, I don't need a, thing or whatever. I can, like, make my own design, which I can. But now I'm like, okay, it would be cool to, like, trace something more intricate than a design that perhaps I wouldn't even have thought of myself, and then try to burn it. But just aside from everything else, where I live is just, you have to have a big enough space to air out the fumes. So yeah, but I that was fun, because it was just fun, and I got pretty decent at it kind of quickly. So it's always fun when that happens too. you know yeah, it is hard to motivate. I mean, sometimes, like, I'm motivated to distract myself. I'm motivated to go out and do things. I've done a lot of things with my friend and by myself, that more things in the past 2.5 or 3 weeks, whatever, than I normally would have. That's for darn sure. Like that, I have the motivation for. But anything, like, productive, or, like, you know, um, like, that I quote unquote should be doing, I don't have, like, huge motivation for that. Although I have to do some laundry, or I'm not gonna have clothes to, well, I'm not running out of clothes, but I have to do some, or I won't have clothes to be able to go out to distract myself. So oh, Kelly, no worries. I'm happy to have somebody to chat with. A lot of times there's no one here. Um, so it's okay. No worries. A garage would work. A garage might definitely work. Yeah. Oh, a 6-car garage. I just saw that now. That would work, I think. That would be big enough, and, ventilation sake, all of that. I think so. That sounds good, Kelly. That sounds good. That would be cool, though, to do crafts with somebody else, though, as well. Like, that's always fun, to share. We don't necessarily have to be doing the same craft at the same time, right? But just to, like, be sitting there with somebody else being creative, um, adds to it. It's a fun thing. Sometimes people have, like, suggestions or just whatnot, and I'm like, oh, I wouldn't have thought of that had you not said that. And then it turns into a completely different, whatever you would say, like, piece of art than it would have been. So I think that's cool. Yeah, just sharing time together. Definitely. Definitely. Just, yeah, it's not so much about, like, how well the craft turns out, as much as it's about, like, the sharing of time together, and just, yeah. Sorry, I got a notification. But it's some things, it depends. I guess people like to work on by themselves, like craft-wise. They don't necessarily want, I don't know, company, or maybe they want to hyper focus on it. But I don't know. I like to do crafts and stuff with other people. I mean, maybe every once in a blue moon, I prefer to do exactly, do it, not exactly, I read your comment, do it like just by myself, but, I mean, crafting is cool when it's, when you can share and and it doesn't have to be anything that's like, oh my god, we've made this masterpiece here. It's just about friendship, human connection. That's my big thing. Me too. I definitely am game to learn, like, some new things. Yeah, crafting-wise, there's a couple things that I did used to know how to do that I haven't done in years, so... What's one thing that I don't know how to do? I think it's the crocheting. That's what I don't know how to do. Kelly, that's right. Masterpieces are rare. And you're exactly right. It's about having fun. Having fun. Sharing that with somebody else. Just a second here. This person is confused. Sorry. You can crochet, but you can't knit. Say I can do it. I can't do either. And I want to learn both. Oh, hi.
Okay?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Thank you, you too. This is a large. Okay, Rita. Rita's Italian ice. I should have just went to it, but I was like, I felt like if I went to it that it would close before I got there. But now I'm like, this is a large. Probably. It's not like they're giving it away for free. I do not know how to macrame. I think that was something that I kind of tried to start to learn. My mom knows how to macrame, and then I think she at one time, well, knew how to macrame, and at one time I think knew how to crochet. Macrame would be cool, like doing something my mom used to do. I guess it's not that small, but I'm just thinking in terms of the other place. Strawberry Italian ice. I was craving it the other day. I should have just went to the place, but I'm like my friend that would go with me or like meet me there is like taking a nap right now before work, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna get there before they close. Probably be easier just to deliver it. And then I was like, oh, maybe I could wait. And then I was like, oh, I better not, because I don't know, the season is like ending for that kind of stuff. So, I mean, they're always there, but I don't know that they're always open. So, I just got Italian ice from Rita's. Well, they do have custard there, so I think they're open. I think they're open all year round. But it's pretty famous, and they have different flavored Italian ices, because normally it's just lemon, which is fine because the lemon ones they have around here are fantastic. But back in the day growing up, there was a place a couple blocks away from where I live that had different flavored Italian ice, and I've missed it so much since. And so finally I just decided I'm gonna do it. And I was talking to my friend about it, and then I was like, oh, maybe I'll wait till tomorrow and see if he wants to join. And then I was like, ooh, I don't know when they're gonna stop with the Italian ice for the season. So, maybe they don't at all, since they're open and they're like, because they have custard too, which I forgot. But some places that put Italian ice on the menu during the summer definitely take it off during this time of year. So I was like, I can always have it a second time. Yeah, Rita's ice. Rita's Italian ice. I guess it's pretty famous. I mean, we have a lot of Italian ice places here, but it's pretty famous. I don't know who that is that calls me. I have to somehow mute them. Are we back? Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. The Wi-Fi doesn't like to cooperate as much on this platform as the others, but oh, some plant holders, that would be cool. Some plant holders would be cool. That would be cool to make. I feel like right now I would just like to like paint anything, like just not anything, like not like a painting per se, but like painting rock sounds fun to me right now. Like it sounds like a good like distraction, like not something that you have to be, it turns out how it turns out, basically. Like, I don't know. Hold on 1 second. They didn't give me a spoon right now. They usually give you a nice long spoon to not do that. Sorry about that. But that would be cool to make plant holders, I agree. But yeah, macrame also to learn that. But then I'm just trying to think like what I can learn that's not gonna cost me more money. You know. That's good. I haven't had this in so long. No worries. What was dinner? I hope it was good. It's good to know I'm not the only one who eats late either. Or well, I guess a lot of people consider this like dinner time being late, but it's all relative. It depends on your schedule, I feel like. You know? At least for me. I hope it was Pinto. But people always, or not always, but a lot of people like to say, oh, that's too late for dinner, or, X, Y, and Z. And it's like, well, maybe for you, but if somebody else has a different kind of schedule, you never know. People work the night shift. And like, for instance, if I'm eating dinner, let's just say hypothetically I'm eating dinner at 10 o'clock at night, and I'm not going to bed till 4 a.m. Like, let's just say that's my schedule. Ooh, chicken strips and fries. Nice. That's my go-to for, like, when I'm not sure, or if I just want something that I know is going to be good. Chicken strips and fries. This, Rita's. Rita's Italian Ice. This is the one that has the flavored Italian ice, so I'm very happy at this one. Haven't had the flavored kinds in a long time. Not that the lemon that I've had recently isn't phenomenal. I just haven't had the flavored in a while. And I was thinking about it the other day. Somewhat famous. It's really good. Definitely Rita's. There's so many places though that are good. I mean, but Rita's has the different flavor. They even have like cotton candy blueberry one or something, and I'm like, it's too the original, I feel like, or something like that. But there's a lot that are so good. Just the lemon, oh, Johnny's beef, Al's beef. Basically any beef place almost that you would go to around here. Trying to think. There used to be more, but they shut down 2 locations. By UIC on Taylor Street, there used to be, well, there's Al's Beef is there that has good Italian ice. And then there used to be another place. I don't know if it's there still remaining or not. It should be, but I'm not sure if it was affected by the pandemic or not. So, but it's almost impossible to go wrong getting Italian ice here in the city. Me too. And my BFF is like, I'm not a huge Italian ice person. I'm like, I always forget that about you. And I'm like, well, okay. So I was like, we'll get Italian ice. He's like, I'm not a huge Italian ice person. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I always forget that. And back in the day, we would always go to the Italian ice place. I think he would go, but I don't think he ever, like, had any. Maybe once. It's like, I don't know, I'm an ice cream person. I'm like, yeah, I like ice cream as well, but I'm like, they're different. It's different. Like, 2 different things. But, to each their own. Like, how can you be born and raised in Chicago and you're not a Italian ice person? Like, how does that happen? Like, have you tried it from everywhere? Like, all the, like, good places? And he's like, yeah. Like, it's like, I prefer ice cream. I'm like, well, we'll have to agree to disagree. But yeah, I haven't had flavored Italian ice. I literally am trying to think. I have no idea if it was even within the past decade. Mm-hmm. That's what I said. It's different. Like, it's a totally different thing. Like, ice cream is ice cream, Italian ice is Italian ice. Like, it's not like, I guess he's saying, like, if he had the choice, he would rather go for ice cream than Italian ice or something like that, but I'm like, never Italian ice. Like, and like, when I got it, when I was with him, I was like, do you want a little spoonful? I'm like, you sure? It's really good. And he was like, no. And I'm like, a couple things about you. Question. But everybody's different. I'm just giving him a hard time. So I'm like, how do you live your whole life, basically, and you don't like Italian ice? Like, you're not a fan. What? I'm like listing places, and he's like, yes, I've tried all of them. It's like, I'm gonna accept that. But I agree. It's totally different. It's not like you can compare the two. Like, it's a completely different thing. So, and then you've got ice cream that's made with custard that's kind of different than regular ice cream. You've got other things. It's, all different. But then when he said ice cream, I was like, you can find somewhere that has like orange dreamsicle right now. That sounds good. But then we didn't go through with it. I think we were like, we were full after tacos, and then just didn't go through with having dessert. But I was feeling like something like that. Like an orange dreamsicle. After he said that, I was like, for some reason that popped into my head. And I usually am a chocolate gal. Definitely a chocolate gal. But I do like the orange dreamsicle. The other day I had a mango, I guess ice cream, if you will, but I had it dairy free. Like, I like it like that. From one of the Mexican places here. And that was really good. I've had it there before, so I knew it would be good. And that's kind of like, when you have it like that, like the dairy free, it's kind of like an Italian ice, but it's a little bit different. A little bit different. Even, like, there's a difference of that, even in itself, even though it's as close to being it as it is, there's still, you can taste the difference. It's still really good, but, so yeah, everything can be a little different. Show you guys. Strawberry. And I think they had, the one thing that they didn't have on this one is the raspberry. And I think they used to have that at the other place that closed down now, like eons ago. Oh, Portillo's chocolate cake shake. I like those, but here's my thing. I either want the chocolate cake, like, I want them separated because it's combining two things that I like, which is not bad, but it's like, I would like the cake separate from my shake. Although I do like the cake shake, but I prefer it where the cake is separate from my shake, because that cake is like probably my favorite chocolate cake, maybe. Like, it's definitely a good birthday cake. I think maybe the cake shake is just like, I don't know, I like it, but it's like, it gives me the, like, I want the piece of cake with it too. kind of thing, because there's cake in the shake. So, but yes, Portillo's, that chocolate cake is so good. Mm-hmm. And then I guess I think I tried it one time only. They have a lemon bundt cake or something like that. And I was like, what's this? Like, I don't remember hearing about that back in the day. Maybe it's newer. I don't know. But I think I only tried it once, if that. I don't remember. So I'm like, that's interesting. I don't think it's going to be better than the chocolate cake, especially from Chocoholic, but, you know. Portillo's cheese fries. And you haven't seen the lemon bundt cake? I wonder if that was something they were just trying out for a short time. Because I was like, what am I looking at? Like, when did they have lemon bundt cake? And this was maybe a year or so ago. I didn't try it then. But I'm like, have I tried it in the past? Like, I feel like I might have, but I don't know. Could have been something they were trying and it wasn't real popular. I mean, that chocolate cake, it's hard to beat. Although there are a few people in life who don't like chocolate or can't eat chocolate. So, yeah, the cheese fries, like, fresh, warm, hot, so good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So good. Making me want some now. But it is delicious. All the foods that are so delicious are usually not the most nutritious, but not always the case. It's just that when you combine delicious and nutritious, you get super expensive. And things are already expensive. The other night, I was like, I just want a little something. I didn't know what I wanted. I'm like, not feeling like, you know, doing a lot of work to eat, if you will. Like, I just want a little something I can pop in my mouth. So I went to Taco Bell. I got 4 tacos. Okay? Regular tacos. Taco Supreme. Just 4 regular tacos. Nothing additional. The bill was $13.25. I was like, did you think I said 14 tacos? What is happening? Apparently, inflation. And I'm just like, I am not ever paying again $13.25 for 4 tacos at Taco Bell. I'm like, what in the what? I'm like, I remember when they were barely $1. Barely $1. I was just stunned. And I'm like, and some places, inflation, they haven't raised prices. So I'm like, so at this point, if it were open, I could go to the place a couple blocks down the street. Puerto Rican food, much better quality, made every day, hand cooked, freshly made, in the kitchen, and it's cheaper than getting 4 tacos from Taco Bell. But they weren't open, so they closed earlier. So I'm like, that's messed up. Like, that's real messed up. In my mind, anyways. Kelly, no worries. I get it. That happens to me. Right? I've noticed that. I'm like, some things they've raised the prices noticeably, like inflation has hit, and then other things it's like it hasn't been affected, and I'm like, what's going on? But that's crazy when you can go to like a legitimate, or you have family in the kitchen cooking like delicious, authentic, anything Mexican, Puerto Rican place, and pay less than for 4 tacos at Taco Bell. Like, what world am I living in? Like, remember a time it used to be like 25 cents? Like, wasn't I trying to scrounge up $1 back in the day to afford, like, a couple tacos? Like, what has happened? It's just... But it is weird how, like, certain things have kind of remained the same, not been affected, and then other things have been affected. And I'm like, what's going on here? Like, what's the deal? But it has always been the case that if it's more nutritious and still delicious, it's going to be more expensive. That's always been the case. Which is, it's like criminal that they can do that. It's like, oh, if you want this burger, it's $2. If you would like this salad, it's going to be $14. Well. Mm-mm. But I will pay more, I mean, to eat the salad over the burger if I can. But it's like the fact that they can do that is so wrong. But I think we've all felt that way for a long time. It's just now with inflation and everything, the prices of everything just being skyrocketed, I really am seeing like, yeah, if you want to eat good, like nutritious, and not eat garbage, you're gonna pay for it. Like, even more so than you did back in the day. Like, yeah. I mean, even to buy stuff at the grocery store to come home and cook yourself, it's things I'm like, what is this price? Like, what is happening? Like, it's crazy. Mm-hmm. Absolutely ridiculous. I was shocked at that Taco Bell receipt. I was like, what? I'm like, I fully expected them to hand me like 14 tacos instead of 4. Nope. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But I don't know. Hopefully the things that have not been affected by it yet will stay unaffected. I mean, some people do have control over it. I guess if you're a small business, although it seemed like it would be harder to not raise your prices because your prices for everything else, your cost of buying stuff is going up. So, but there are a few small businesses that have managed to not have to raise the price yet. So hopefully that can stay the same. Because I'm like, when I went for tacos the other day, I'm like, what do we just pay for tacos? I'm like, what has happened here? It's just, I mean, there were a few places that were expensive to begin with, but like, not like this. We're everywhere. It's like incredibly expensive. And that's not even to eat fully the most nutritional thing possible. But tacos aren't that bad. you know. But it's like, these prices, my goodness, everywhere in the store, anywhere you go. I'm like, gosh, even to eat the, I guess, most unhealthy type of food or whatever is still incredibly expensive. It's crazy. But then we're like, but we're the, or they say, we're the most overweight country in the world. Well, perhaps it's because, I mean, sure, there's a lot of people that choose to eat, you know, things that aren't the most nutritious. But at the same time, do you think it could maybe have something to do with the fact that if we do want to eat nutritiously and all of that, that it costs what our rent costs each month? Like, I don't know that that's happening in other places. So that's a factor. And if you've got a family that you're trying to feed, like, of course you're trying to be as healthy as possible, but you've got to feed the whole family. So what are you to do? Mm-hmm. Kelly, yes. I was looking at that. I'm like, did some other things go up as well? Like, what's happening? Mm-hmm. It's not good. Yeah, it's not cheap. And it's never been cheap to eat healthy, but now it's ridiculous. It's like, whether I go to the grocery store or actually go to a restaurant, either way, the price is nearly the same. And it's like, so what you're saying is I have to eat some crap or some, you know, non-nutritious stuff in order to break even or to make ends meet, you know? Is it worse now? I just got some, or no, paper towels. I was trying to think. Was it paper towels or toilet paper? But paper towels. I'm like, the price. And then, unfortunately, if you buy the cheaper brands, they don't work. They don't work as well. Mm-hmm. Yes. Frozen pizza more than Domino's. I noticed that one day, and I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, there's like a Domino's special, or there like here there was like a Domino's and I think a Little Caesar special, and I'm like, this frozen pizza is twice the amount of two pizzas from Domino's right now. Now, albeit I didn't look at the difference of nutritional value, but it wasn't like it was you know, veggie, nutritious type of pizza, frozen pizza. It just was regular, you know, kind that you would buy. Nothing like special. And I'm like, how is this more than going to Domino's? Like, what? What? It's just not right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not that much cheaper, and it's made more, and it's absolutely made more cheaply. Like, it's not that much cheaper, and then when you have to use more of it, or twice the amount, yeah, like you're not gonna fool me on those paper towels again. I'm getting what I get. regardless of the price, because if I get the other kind, I'm just gonna have to use double the amount or triple the amount because they don't work the same. So, like, excuse me, Italian ice. But, yeah, it's just crazy, everything, the prices of everything. I'm trying not even to think about that. That's something that, well, ties into everything that that, um, yeah, so, it's like the last days of, I don't know, like the last days before they officially call it fall, I guess, because it's gonna be October soon enough. There's a few, like, little fests, that I saw that were happening. I was thinking of maybe going if they're, like, free or whatnot. There's one that's not far away that I think might have some fireworks just to close out, like, yeah, it's like called like summer closeout or something like that. I'm sure there'll be some other stuff. I don't know. But that's where my head's at, like, what to do next to distract myself, basically. You know? So. Wanting a flavored Italian ice. Fireball. That's close. I wonder what that with Italian ice would taste like. That would be an interesting concept, I feel. I'm surprised. I wonder if anybody's done that. I'd be surprised if they haven't by now. Just because all the things that people have concocted and tried at this point, I think it would be a good combination. Sounds interesting. I think it would be a hot seller too, just for people to like see what that tastes like. You know. Here. It's an interesting concept. Yeah, so I'm just trying to think of like, do I go to a fest or two, or do I just who knows, you know, kind of thing. I don't know. There was a walk that I took that I definitely did not finish the trail. I don't know how long the trail is. A lot more than I knew, a lot more than I would be able to walk before it got dark even, but there's kind of another trail that I want to walk to check out. But that, some like doing things like that alone where like my brain has time to think for itself is not the best. So, because that's like alone. I mean, you might come across other people on the trail, but they're not gonna really stop and chat with you, you know, that much or anything. More like, whereas if you go to a little festival, it's more likely that you might have conversation with someone, or at least you're distracted by other things going on and you're not like really able to have your brain just wander and think about other things. I don't know who that is. But cakes and pies, interesting. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me either. It's okay, Kelly. I mean, everybody has different triggers, and I mean, I myself the other night went out, or didn't really go out as much as well, I did, but it's right here, um, with a friend, and did I have a couple? I had more than a couple, and I don't do that. Definitely regretted it the next day, but, and it's not something I'm gonna be, like, I still feel like I'm, like, not fully recovered from that, and I'm like, it's not, it's never been my thing, it's not gonna become my thing, but I don't, like, place judgment, my body doesn't react well, reacts better to other things, you know, or another thing, specifically, but sometimes things happen, and what can you know, it was just, and it wasn't like I was gonna go out and do that by myself. It was just the perfect combination of a friend contacting me and then, like, wanting to go out for a little bit and wanting to do that. And I was like, alright, kind of thing. So, Kelly, I might take you up on that. I might take you up on that. That's what have been doing, basically, is being a tourist in my own town, my own city. Definitely with my friend the one night, we were like we're tourists in our own city. And then I was by myself the one time, like, downtown. Anyways. But that's what I've been doing, is just going to different places that I've not been to before, or places I've been to before and enjoyed, and just kind of enjoying that, you know. It's free to drive around and check out your city. It's free, you know, a lot of things are still free, thank goodness. I found a great new barbecue place. I guess it's not brand new. The location is brand new. There's another location, but it's really good, in my opinion. And have I been eating my feelings? Absolutely. I've been trying not to, but I have at times when I have an appetite, and then there are times when I have no appetite. So when I do have an appetite, I usually have one, like a big appetite, where I'm, like, eating my feelings. It is what it is, you know? Yeah, me too. Like, more of a 420er myself, absolutely. But it is what it is when it comes to, like, grieving and just going through something that is unimaginably, devastatingly hard. There's a lot worse things, you know. There's a lot worse things in life, a lot worse ways to handle things, and not handling it the best, but I've not done anything dangerous or stupid, or because it's not gonna help. It's not gonna help, and I know it's not gonna help, and I don't have the desire really to do anything like that. My desire, my truest desire, is to go back in time somehow and make reality not be the reality that it is right now. But I can't do that, so my greatest desire is just to be able to distract my mind from thinking about what makes me cry and makes me sick, and sometimes I feel guilty about that, like, but then I'm like, well, I've genuinely thrown up, like, enough times that I've lost count, so just, I'm like, tears are gonna come. It's gonna come out at times regardless. So if you're able to distract yourself for a bit and not think about it and actually be able to relax, maybe fall asleep for an hour, just do it. Sorry. Oh, Kelly, that sounds interesting. Exactly. It's definitely not gonna fix it. It's definitely not gonna fix it, but it's going to, certain things, like I said, it could be so much worse. It could be so much worse, but certain things help distract me, like I'm into this one show now. I've been into it, but a second season of it came out, and so I was able to kind of get back into it, and if that's what is helping me, like just watching TV or just, that's fine. It could be, I, could be worse, and not every coping mechanism is always the, like, safest, healthiest thing, but I'm, I don't think that I've done anything bad or unsafe, and, you know, like, there's no blueprint for how to handle this. There's no right or wrong way. So, and if I, did make some bad choices or whatever, they weren't long lasting. It's not like on my permanent record, if you will, or that kind of thing. So it's like, sorry, when I stop to think about it, that's when I'm like, you know, um, and that's why I don't want to talk about it, because I can't even, like, it takes me a minute it still knocks the wind out of me, and it takes me a minute to catch my breath to just even anything. It's like my worst nightmare came true, and I have nobody that I can really talk to. Like, sure, I go to therapy every week, but I mean, let's be honest, I'm paying for that, which is not covered, never has been, by my insurance, so that's, like, but I do it because I have to, like, it's more helpful than that. And I've been doing it for years.
But other than that, I mean, I don't really. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Um, like, certain things, no amount of time is gonna make easier. Um, at least for me. I know that to be true. It may be like, oh, I'm being pessimistic, but I just know that to be true. Yeah, see, that's the thing is, like, I have, like, 2 real friends, and I don't have any love, like, I don't have any family. Grateful for the the 2 real friends that I have, but it's hard. It's hard anyways, but to go through it like alone. Not completely alone, but just, I don't know. If it wasn't for my bestie, I don't know how I would have gotten through the last few weeks. Like, I truly do not know how I would have. And then there's, like, for instance, like, one person that I thought that would care, or would at least, I don't know, something, right? And she's, I've known her since literally the day I was born. And she's, I mean, taking care of herself, rightfully so, but she's wrapped up in her boyfriend, not boyfriend, they don't have a official title or whatever. And she's always has been for many, many years, like over a decade. And I get it, but it's like, twofold. Like, one of the things is that she's like, if I don't, like, arrive at this time, or if I cancel, or if I do this, like, he won't speak to me. I guess, like, she upset him and he didn't speak to her for an entire year, and she just spiraled. And I'm like, okay, but at the same time, is that somebody that you want to associate yourself with? Somebody that, okay, has allowed you back into their life, but after pretending like you didn't exist for a year because they simply got frustrated with you? Like, is that, I mean, I don't know. But okay, that wouldn't be somebody that I would want to have in my life, and furthermore be like, I have to be there at this time with, you know, da 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 da, I can't do anything else. Like, I can give you a call if I put my earbuds in, if I'm in his bathroom, and it's like, but you guys aren't together, but there's all these stipulations, and it's like, that's not healthy for you. Just letting you know that, like, I understand your need to, like, everybody needs somebody, but that's not a healthy, like, thing where you have to, like, hide certain things, or, like, you can't call me at certain times unless you're, like, in the bathroom with your earbuds and this, that, and the other. It's like, I don't know. So, it's just, but it's, I just take whatever kindness and consolation, I guess you could say, um, where I get it, if I get it, you know, like, just, as I'm done not reaching out to people, like, I don't wanna, I always hated reaching out to people to begin with, and I just feel like if this isn't enough for some people to know that, like, I need you, then I don't need you in my life. You know what I mean? So, it's that simple, and that is, you know, a tiny, tiny bit heartbreaking, but not fully, because it's not shocking, and it's same-ish, different day with when it comes to that, you know. So it's like, if you cannot see, if you do not know, if it is not obvious or evident to you that I need you now, I'm not gonna ask again. I'm not gonna put it into detail. It just sucks because it's like, man. But you know what? I will tell you this. You could have 50 acquaintances that will never add up to, or will never be the type of friendship that one person can provide for you. You know, that's another thing. So I'm like, and I don't even really want a bunch of people. Like, I don't know what I want. I mean, I know what I want, but I just want to forget and want to be consoled. And, like, I don't want, like, a bunch of, like, people who, like, wouldn't normally, like, have anything to do with me or whatever. And I truly am not, like, I don't know. A lot of people, like, I would rather not. I would rather just be alone than have them around. But sorry, I'm getting to the point. I'm at the point. Not getting to. I'm at the point where, and let me just, nobody upset me. It's not anybody's fault. Nothing at all. It's just, it's hard to talk about. It's hard to even remember that this is reality. So I'm at the point of, I'm not gonna be able to stop crying, which is fine. No, you guys didn't do that. Like, it would have happened anyways. It happens every day, multiple times a day. What you guys did is that you helped me by talking to me and conversating with me, and you made it so that this what you're seeing didn't happen an hour and a half ago. So I appreciate that. Um, but I do know just from the past couple weeks that when it gets like this, it's not gonna get better until I distract myself. Because I just can't. Like, I really thought that I had a broken heart before, and that, like, I knew what hurt felt like. I was so wrong and so stupid. But you don't know sometimes, right? You don't know until you're like, oh, this is what an actual broken heart feels like. This. Yeah, the stupid little breakups and whatever, like, the other little things in life, like, no. Alright, you guys don't need to see me cry. I'm sure that's not helping anybody. And that's not I don't know. At this point, I don't care what anybody has to say, but apparently because I show emotion, I'm attention seeking. I'm like, it's literally, you could say whatever you want to me right now. Like, I don't care. I don't care. If I did not already not care before, call me whatever, make whatever accusation, say I'm attention seeking, post it in your group where there's 24,000 people, post it on every platform you want. I sincerely do not care. And if you can be that evil to be a person that does that, then that's on you. I'm trying to keep it together, and I'm not doing the best job, but if ever there was a time where I don't care about the negativity or what you have to say or what your assumptions or opinions are of me, it would be now and forever. Like, I will never care again because life is too short. Think about how much time in life you spent defending yourself to somebody else. How much time in life you spent, like, just doing all of that stuff, and it's like, nope. Nope. Never again. Life is too short for that. If I need to provide documentation and evidence for everything that I'm saying to be believed, then that's ridiculous, and just, you're not supposed to be part of my life in any way, shape, or form. And I make no apologies for that. I will not even look at a negative comment. Like, if I see it's gonna be the least bit negative or whatever, like, questionable, I don't care. Like, I hope it makes you happy to type it, but I'm not ever gonna look at it. If I respond to it, know that I responded to it without even reading. So, it does. It makes the rest, a lot of things feel so small in comparison. Absolutely. It's like, I think about certain things and I was like, wow, I was brokenhearted, like, or I thought I was brokenhearted over this. Like, what a joke. You know? Sorry. Yeah. And I know I have to go through the whole, like, feeling all the feelings and all of that, and I'm not trying to not. I just. When I get this upset, I start to think about it more and I get more upset. And if I don't basically, like, shut it down, I end up getting sick. And that's just been the reality. Um, yeah. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, exactly. It's like, if they even have to ask you to show proof they're not your friend or they're not coming with good intentions to begin with, you know. Um, and then when you show proof, there's a trillion different things they can say, like, you just printed this out, or you just packaged this now, or you just did this now, or whatever. And it's like, well, then what was the point of me showing proof of what if whatever proof I was going to show you, you immediately already had in your head was going to be BS? Then what's the point? The point is just to keep up this drama, whatever, that you apparently enjoy that I don't. Kelly, I might just do that. I just, my one thing, and it's always like, even to my best friend, and he's like, Kara, stop. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I have to, like, remember. I'm like, it's hard for me, you know how I am. But, like, 30 years, and I'm still like, I don't want to bother you. And he's like, Kara. And I just, that's another part of it, is like, I don't want to bother anyone. Like, I'm not special. I'm not the only one going through something. I don't want to bother people. I just wish I meant enough to, I don't know, to not have to, like, endure everything almost. I don't know. I just wish I meant more to certain people. I wish I meant anything to certain people. But it is what it is. Like, that's my BFF's, his favorite saying. It is what it is. He said it helps him from not being disappointed, and just, if things don't work out like he thought, that's just how he thinks and how he operates. I can't, I have to switch it up because I can't even, my eyeballs have so many tears that I cannot even read at the comments right now. There was a light show happening. I know you guys probably are sick of the light shows, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to mute it so I can put on the TV for. Oh.
Hey, you built me a shelf. It's so nice.
It's anything but nice if it's accidentally using your
Give me a minute, maybe, and I might feel better to talk again. I just distract myself.
I just saw the one thing about panic attacks. I've been having them daily, like multiple times a day. I have panic disorder, so that doesn't help. But yeah, I've been trying to keep them under control, but it's near impossible.